Hello, welcome back to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity. After much processing of video later, we are in the pit
Yes.
where all the captured souls have been taken. There are spirits over here. There are golems over here, as we have scouted. Hey, cutest cat, can you go in there and draw fire? That would probably be a bad idea.
Shed no blood.
Over here. Okay, everybody attack that one. That won't do you any good. Do that. I don't think that will do much good, but we'll try. Are you stuck? You are not. What is this? Yeah, we'll do that. You can't get to your original position, so go there. Ooh, you have 60 focus. Spectre. Spectre. No, we'll just save up on focus. Shade. Okay, you're stunned right now. There we go. You're stunned.
That didn't work! Need to try something else!
Okay.
Certainly.
I think I... Oh, you're using that. You've got a sprained wrist. Let's go to sneakiness. Okay, that looks like a face. Pillar tugs at your essence. A pulse from the world itself moves through it. It's another one of these pillars.
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
Go back to the crossbow. Okay.
Oh?
Let's go handle the other entrance real quick. See if that... Failed to disarm the trap because we are terrible at disarming traps. Speaking of leveling or experience, the only person who's not at 12 is Hervase. I'm going to go to slow mode. Pick you up. There we go.
Yes.
Hey. How may I help? I shall. What? Yeah?
You can't do it. Okay.
Indeed. Hmm?
Hey.
Yes.
Hey.
Yes.
There we go. One shot. Yep. Wait on that.
Hey. Aztec word and rock! That's it!
Oh, well, that was a mistake. Should not have.
Aztec word and rock!
Good.
That's not very helpful. Don't even start it!
There's a lot of exchanging of blows, and we're slowly withering it away. It is healing. This thing's healing the other one. Come on. You're
That's
slow.
not very helpful.
Okay. I could disintegrate. I think I'm going to do an amplified wave off of
Your
here.
thoughts must be...
Oh, I know why I'm slow. I'm in slow mode.
Die!
Use this.
Don't!
Okay. Okay. Back to sneakiness.
They shall see nothing while I see much.
Chapel resting bonus. Chapel resting bonus. Gallant's focus. Gallant's focus.
Hmm?
Need something?
Where are
Your
you?
thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
Let's turn off the slow mode. Well, that didn't put you unconscious. That's useful.
They shall see nothing while I see much.
Okay. Soul Adra Prison. Soul Guardian Pillars. Okay, let's step into here, see if we can see anything. Well. There's the cutest cat. Hall of Adra rises above you, stoic and silent, its rich layers a measuring stick for the passing of ages. It feels to you as a thick block of ice, and you perceive, buried deep in its core, a dim, flickering flame. All but extinguished, yet preserved against the ravages of the elements. As you approach, the flame seems to steady and draw strength. The layers separating it from you melt away, and you are bathed in its glow, a bright beacon in the gloom. Hello, Iovara. The glow seems to fade as though you had adjusted to its intensity, and where it was, Iovara steps into existence, an idyllic shade hovering above the moist prison floor. Though ageless, she appears somehow different to you now. A slight stoop to her carriage, perhaps there are traces of sunkenness in her eyes. There is a broad scar across her face, fibrous and wormy where flames once lapped, unhealed, even in death.
My old pupil. You are a welcome sight, but a worrying one as well.
They put the scar
Do
on
you
her
still
face.
wander lost in the darkness after all these many years?
I mean, it's very vague. That's actually better than normally, because normally with fiction, with drawn scars, they make them very grotesque.
You are so different now from who you were then, yet much remains the same. Old troubles with a new face. What is it that has brought you here?
It would seem I have unfinished business here.
I'd hoped after our last discussion you would find what you sought. Has it eluded you all this time? I can only guess your presence here has something to do with Thaos. The energy of this place changes when he is near. I don't know what he has done, but I do know of the souls that pass through here now. They do not come by choice.
Thaos has diverted them from the cycle. He seeks to empower Wodeka and to blame Animancy for the damage he's caused.
After all this time, he would still stand against the tide.
You knew me when Thaos did. There's something I need to know about that
I
time.
will tell you what I remember.
There's something about that lifetime my soul can't let go of. I need to know what it is, and I'm running out of time. I see moments from that life of you, of the Inquisition, of Thaos.
I can see his influence, still hanging like a weight about your neck. So it always was. He had inspired something in you. We spoke of him the last time you were here also. It was just after the trial. You were agitated. I think because you started to consider that what I was teaching may have been true.
And what was that? Iovara's mouth tightens, her brow furrows a look of pity. Her eyes shift back and forth between each of yours, as if looking for something that would help her decide whether to speak.
That the gods aren't real.
Ooh.
Huh. I dreaded the idea from the moment the Delangon suggested it. And yet, it almost feels like a relief. She's not serious.
Huh. Perhaps not to her. Many are those whom the gods have scorned. This is petty retribution.
Nonsense! Clearly she has not been on the receiving end of a god's ire. She'd know how real the gods can be.
What I taught was that the gods whose faith we had been spreading were not gods at all, but something else entirely. Something created by people.
How did you discover this?
The Anguithan missionaries all knew it, but they never told the rest of us. They meant it to be a secret that died with them, and in the end, they allowed their bloodlines to fade from memory. I had been assigned to join a few of them at a temple. I found the door to their chambers closed, but the room was stone and the door thin. Their voices carried. I heard enough. I investigated the things they spoke of, and everything was there, just as they said it'd be.
Later on, after I left the Order, a few Anguithans found my words persuasive and joined my cause. They revealed what I did not already know. Who created these gods?
They
and
were
what?
conceived by Enguith, a society of high minds and broad concerns. Thaos' people. In their time, every people worshipped its own gods. Sometimes they warred over it. After a few wars of their own, the Anguithans sought an end to it. They devoted all their energy to finding the true creators. Generation after generation, they prodded and worked the stitching of the world and unlocked its secrets. One day, they found an answer. Except the answer was no answer at all. There were no gods to be found. Or if there ever were, they were gone. It shook them, this finding. If they could discover this on their own, how long until others would? How long before war and chaos reigned over a world without consequence? but they had mastered many things in their pursuit of these answers. And with their mastery, they crafted their own gods to fill the void, and sent missionaries to the corners of the world to spread their faith.
This is why you started your own
I
faith.
never thought of it as faith, but I think you are right to call it that. Let the world see. Let them decide what to do. That was my faith. I became a missionary because the gods brought me hope that I wanted to bring to others. For a time, the truth sent me to a dark place. Then the day came when I realized nothing had changed, that I still had a purpose, and the purpose was the same and it was worth living for. I began questioning the other missionaries in public, exposing their parlor tricks. In time, their following became mine.
Is it true what you taught?
You asked me this once before. Nothing I can say would be any proof, and it may be certainty your soul craves. Resolution. But if you are bound for the same place Thaos directs these souls, you will see for yourself, as you once did. Everyone faces this truth at one time or another. Few confront it. Few have the stomach to ask what if. And in avoiding the question, they deny themselves an identity of their own.
Iovara scans her audience in silence, her eyes thoughtful, lingering on each member of your company in turn, finding interest in things.
What if all the tragedy, all the persecution, came in defense of an impostor?
That's not... That can't be right. Aethys, he's done miracles for people.
The power of the gods is undeniable. The truth of the story they weave is not. What if it were forbidden knowledge rather than fault that earned your doom? What of your guilt?
I have seen with my own eyes the deceptions of my goddess. The Watcher has shown me as much. But it was not until now that I understood how truly desperate she was. The depths of her deception.
You speak of her deceptions, but what of your own? Was it her words that led you down your path? Or was it the absence of her words? A gap that you filled with your own broken thoughts.
Beads of sweat coalesced on Durance's forehead and trickled down the sides of his face in streaming rivulets, as though he were a block of ice standing before a great pile.
What if you had always been alone, without guidance?
Well, as poorly as I've chosen my guides, I suppose it would be a comfort to know that I'm free of them.
An oddly practical comment from you, Allah.
The freedom has always been. It was the guidance that was the illusion. What if neither guide knew the way? How then would you choose a course?
Wao teaches us that the gods cannot give you lasting wisdom. They can only inspire you to find wisdom in your own time.
Hervias looks at her, his smile rising as he scratches his chin.
What if the cycle of birth and death is nothing more than a tool of endless preoccupation?
Oh dear. Returns Iovara's gaze, nodding her head almost imperceptibly. For a moment, all is silent. Iovara nods back, seemingly moved by some unspoken understanding. You feel the Iovara's translucent eyes upon your soul. What if we can be assured of nothing? The only values in the things we create, then we had best build our own strength so we can bear it. Then only when we cease to know, we have always posed more value than their answers. But then all we can do is endure. Then it is the questions that have always posed more value than their answers.
Well said. Just think of the whole conversation we're having. Whether or not the gods are real, Simply asking the question forces us to look closely at what we know, even if we can't answer with certainty if they're real or not. The exploration is what makes us grow.
That's the closest to my own philosophy that I had the option to there.
Isn't that what brought us here? Seeking the man who's haunted you for lifetimes? Who I've unwittingly followed for years?
A question is a journey, and a journey is what makes us who we are, it's true. But when one journey leads only to the next, then where may one find rest? I ask these things not to trouble you, but to show why they must be confronted. No answer is simple, but somewhere between them all lies a truth so beautiful, not even a god could conceive it. Do we not owe ourselves a chance to find our part in it?
People need to know things happen for a reason. I don't agree with that. My personal opinion, I believe in God, but I kind of believe in a non-interference, God that does not interfere. Because the point is that it would be take too much time and go too off of the gaming thing. This is a pretty deep game, actually, a little bit more than I thought. Or parts of it are. But I tend to think that the existence or non-existence of God is moot. If the only reason you behave is because you're afraid of what God will do, then you're not a good person. You're fearful of punishment. You should do good things because they are good things, not because you want a reward or because you want to avoid a punishment. Anyway, so this is a no. Yes, we do.
If that is truly what you believe, then you are a far different person than the one I knew.
Okay.
I've been alone here with my thoughts for so long now. I found peace with my failures, and with my punishment. I no longer curse fate for what might have been. But there is one thing that has clawed and scraped at my mind all these years. One thing that will not be put to rest until I know. Until I understand.
For the first time, hints of doubt trace her serene
I
visage.
need to know why you chose to remain with the Inquisition, even after you'd learned the truth. Do you remember?
Uh-oh. You know, I think I might answer this in the next video, actually. See you in a moment.